Hello everyone, I hope you're doing well. We're doing something a little different for this Paladins video. This is the Paladins Skins Tournament by SwiftLion650. Basically, from what I understand, I saw this posted on Reddit, you go through each and every skin and you vote which one you like or dislike, and then by the end of this, it should tell you your penultimate favorite skin in the game. So we're gonna start. 255 rounds. Maeve Demonette or Drogo's Pyre Warrior. I'm gonna be honest, I don't like Demonette. I know this skin is pretty popular. It was also pretty controversial when it came out because it was the first that looted Maeve, who, prior to the skin coming out, I'm fairly certain the community thought Maeve was like 16, was underage. And then this skin comes out and they had to confirm that Maeve's 18 and can be looted like that, but I like Pyre Warrior better. Alright. Vivian Daywalker or Sati Sea Queen. I don't really like any of these. Daywalker because I like the voice better. Bomb King Abominable or Street Style Sky. I like Street Style Sky better. That's one of my favorites. And actually, interesting fact, with the first set of Street Style skins, one of the big selling points was all the original VAs of the characters came back to voice the character again, the Street Style version. Yet with the new Street Style skins, the Ceres and Tyra ones, which I can't believe those are our last original skins in this game, we didn't get the original VAs back, so little fun fact. Sky Temptress, Zinmei, ooh. Choices. I don't wear this skin, but I think it's decent. Mason, the weapon's cool. I do have this skin. I'll go with this one since I actually have it. Okay, Shaolin Outlaw, Cassie Dragoncaller. Oh, another two that I don't really care for. This one's weird. This one makes her look like Leon. I'm gonna go with Outlaw. Fernando Digitized or Remix Genos. Genos has a lot of good skins. That's gonna be tough when we get a Genos skin. I like Digitized a little better though. I wish I got that Battle Pass. Ash Street Style, Sati Wings of Darkness. Street Style, you know I love my Street Style skins. Although Wings of Darkness is a pretty good skin. Fun voice pack too. Tyra, Eternal Emissary, or Shaolin Omega. I hate this skin. The voice pack is so annoying on this one. Omega's not really notable. Shaolin doesn't have notable skins. But we'll go with that one. Maeve Cammy or Ying Genie. Ooh, again, two skins. I realize now, typically when I find a skin I like, I'll just wear that. I won't really rotate skins. I'm trying to make it a point to do that for the retrying series. Rotating out skins, but otherwise I don't do it. And I'm just realizing I haven't worn Genie like since I got this game. That being said, I'm gonna go with Cammy. I like that one a little better. Soulbriar versus Arctic, is this even a competition? This one looks untextured to me. Just the way they did the gray painted over his default fur doesn't look good. I think this is actually one of the last recolors of the beta days. We got a few recolors somewhat towards the end of Thunderbrush leaving, like Skull and Bones Caspian, a few of those, where you could say they're more like Overwatch epic skins, akin to that. But I don't like that skin at all. Legionnaire, Khan, Draconic Enforcer. Khan, another one like Genos. Typically doesn't miss with skins, but I feel this one is kind of a miss. The voice pack's good, but this skin's kind of weird. Plus, Victor Legionnaire is a cool looking skin. Buckules or Drakefire. I don't care for this skin. It suits Buck, I just don't care for it. We'll go with Drakefire. I don't care for that one either. Starslayer versus Galactic Scion. Easy. Torval, Dark Lord, or Cuddly Makoa. Bruh, is that even a competition? Cuddly. I actually have that plushie IRL. Weishni, the skin pulled from Smite, or an actual original skin for Paladins. It looks good, yeah. Ooh, Tuffy over here. Abyssal Lord Drogos or Cosmic Titan Term. I'm gonna go with Abyssal Lord. I really wanted to love Cosmic Titan. The biggest gripe I have with that skin is the siphon in first person. I find it very visually distracting. But otherwise, I like the skin. But we're gonna go with Abyssal Lord. That's a legendary skin, I mean. Oh god, another miss. That Dragon's Battle Pass was just weird. Wickerman's a classic. Custom Spirited or Strix Bazaar. I actually want this skin. I don't play Strix at all, but it's a fun skin. The voice pack grew on me. And I'm not too big on this Kasumi skin. I know it's supposed to be her lore skin, Kasumi before she was murdered. I wish she was wearing a hat. It's an odd skin, just this girl floating around. I guess we have Yangbud. Bizarre easy. Pip Inventor, Ripjaw Buck. Ooh. This is one of my favorites in the game, Ripjaw. Imani, Omega, or Battlesuit Eagle Eye? Gonna go with Omega. Even though I don't wear any other Imani skins, which, if that skin is in here, I have a feeling that's gonna be the winner, but Omega's a solid skin. Sunkissed Cassie or Moji Peekaboo? You gotta go with the classic over here. Peekaboo's a good skin too, though. Oh, God. Some of these skins are so bad that I blocked them out of my memory. I forgot about this. And you know what sucks for the Betty mains? This is her only skin that's not her default. Just, of all the characters to get the Bowsette trend, really? Sweet Shop is a classic too. That's a really good Eevee skin. Ooh, okay. The one decent Shaolin skin. I gotta give it to the Victor one. Code Green is, again, another classic. Replicant or Berserker. Ooh, tough choice. I grinded ranked for this skin. So we're going with this, which, by the way, it might be a while before I upload it, but I am playing through ranked again with the goal of getting Masters to get that last achievement on Steam. We'll see. Also, why do I have a second time here? Close that. Heartbreaker or Rom? Rom easy. I love that skin. Soulfire or Leviathan? Leviathan's a good skin. Cool effects. Suits Yaggorath perfectly. But I love... what's the Pyre Strike visual effects on this skin. All the swords coming down, that is amazing. Okay, yeah, that's a competition. Choose the skin pulled from Smite. You can't even mix and match it. Looks god-awful in-game. Versus another ranked reward and Willow's best skin, like, easy. I'm assuming Black Jacket isn't in here. Ooh, we got another toughie. I think Paladins does the cuddly skins really well. Cuddle King is really good. Atlas Corrupted is good too, though. And the thing with Atlas is he only has 3 skins. 2 skins, sorry. He is Corrupted and Legionnaire. I'm going with Cuddle King, though. I like this one better. Even though I don't play Bomb King. 2... Yeah, you hear that? That's the father driving away from the hospital because both of these babies were abandoned at birth. I'm gonna go with this one because it has a funny voice pack. Fallen or Heartbreaker? I think I'm gonna give this to Fallen. Heartbreaker's a fun skin, fun voice pack, but it's really just default Sky made with parts and pieces in mind. Even though I was opposed to parts and pieces going, I must say overall skin quality skyrocketed since they left. Because prior to that, skins looked like this, where it's obviously Sky, whereas this, it's really like a different Androxus, you could tell. Krampus versus a Gundam skin. Rom's another character, he doesn't miss with skins. I'm gonna give it to Krampus. Underkeeper, Hemlock. This one has an annoying-ass voice pack. Hemlock. Eternal Conflict Leon or Omega Vivian. I don't really care for either of these. I'm gonna go with the Leon skin. Retro Vivian, Doomstrider. This is... I love this Vivian skin. It's funny because for the longest time I was saying I wanted to concept my own battle pass, call it the Open Road, and we have, you know, Biker Torvald, Dune Buggy Moji, Underground Amani, and then Sunday Driver Vivian, and her weapon would be like a retro car, so we got that with that skin, so I'm very happy with that. Battlesuit Angel versus Conqueror, I'm gonna go with Angel. I might be doing... There's a lot of noisy drivers out today. I might be doing some custom drawings for some of our champion concepts. Maybe. My art skills suck. Zin again. Zin has a bunch of skins I don't care for. Caspian's is cool. Drogos, Sojourn Huntress. So speaking of those epic recolor skins, I think this was one of the last ones we got. That being said, I'm not too big on this one. So we're going with Drogos. Mad Scientist or Street Style Sarah's? Mad Scientist. This skin's not bad, it's just... she's holding the wrong weapon too. Sarah's has so many skins, it's hard to get excited for one. And Pip, yeah, it's pretty basic, but the voice pack's cool. The weapon, you get a custom reload, which is really nice. Makoa, Akuma, Heartless Pharaoh Lilith. I love the skin, that's one of my favorites for Lilith. Grovos or Omega Dredge. Wibbly Wobbly Forehead, or... Annoying Robot Dredge. I'll go with Annoying Robot. Battlesuit Godslayer or Valentina. The rifle looks so weird to me on this one. We're going Battlesuit Godslayer. Rave Mave or Shore Patrol? Rave Mave. That's a classic. Digitized Sonara versus High Elf Leon. I feel this skin's another classic for many. I just feel like it's a... It's supposed to be the, provocative skin. Let's just put it there, and that's... I feel like you could do provocative skins and make it interesting. This is just Leon showing skin. So I'm going with Digitize. That one's kind of basic, too, in regards to... See, here's a better example. It's still provocative Leon showing skin, but this is a more interesting design overall. I do like Merrymaker, but Gentleman Genos is... That's better. Ultimatum versus Kazu. Ultimatum's cool. I wonder if they ever fixed the sound effects on that. Overlord. Like, see, again, it's just Koga showing skin. He's in trunks. Overlord's a really cool skin. That's easy. Ooh, Pumpkin Patch versus Nightmare. This skin's not bad. The voice pack is quirky. But this skin's very badass, so we're going with Nightmare. Enforcer, Dark Drake. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe this is the rarest skin in the game. I think you had to go to an HRX and get a coupon code to redeem it. I don't know. That being said, I don't particularly care for it. I'll go with Dark Drake. I don't really care for that one either. I think this Drake skin is damn ugly. Dragonborn. Easy. This is probably one of the best skins in the game. Shore Patrol. Ice Walker's a classic, dude. See, at least this one's a little more interesting. I don't know. Paladins does sexy skins good, sometimes. Yeah, skin pulled from Smite that looks so out of place. I should preface, the Ruby Pass is the only Battle Pass I bought in this game that I did not complete. I didn't get the last one. I didn't get White Schnee Furia. Schoolyard Mave versus Terminus Omega. That's a cool skin. Schoolyard's not bad either. Lovestruck Kasumi. Ooh. That being said, I know I mentioned with Kasumi's recolor, it's just a girl floating around, but I feel this one, they do it way better. The voice pack's solid. This con skin's really good too, though. Gonna go with Lovestruck. Okay, Student of Magic Vivian versus Whipped Cream Cassie. I know a lot of people hate this skin, But I kind of like it. I think it's fun. This skin is cool too, it just doesn't suit Vivian. Like, why does she have a tree trunk that shoots crystals? That's weird. And then books. Oh, easy. This skin is weird. Cuddly easy. Salem Saris. Of all the Ruby skins, I think this one is the best. I don't know if this one was pulled from Smite. This skin might have been made directly for Paladins. I'm not the biggest fan of it. I'm not the biggest fan of Harry Hobo Strix either, though. We'll go with Harry Hobo Strix. Ooh. Easy. This skin, I know it's a favorite among Sky players. I never cared for it. Corrupted IO easy. I gotta drop another fun fact. This is also Fun Facts with Skins. Fun Facts with YellowNinja Day. The reason Corvus has this default pose is because of this skin. I just pointed to my monitor. Corvus had a different default MVP pose prior to this skin coming out, but because the stupid blade was so big, they had to change his default MVP pose to accommodate this skin. And ever since then, Corvus has had this pose instead of the other one. The other one is similar, kind of. The gun's down here, and the knife's in front of his chest, like, defending himself. Whereas this, he's just saying, hey, shoot me. Shoot me, Seven. Shoot me right here. Stargalam. Ooh. This isn't a bad skin, and I like the recolor on this skin better. But I'm gonna go with Avatar. Prototype's one of my favorite skins in the game. It's a solid colors, cool design, fun voice pack, cool weapons too. I love the weapons on this skin. Going with Prototype. Divine Saris versus Biz King Bomb King. I feel this Saris skin does her default better. Fun fact, Saris's anniversary skin is a recolor of this because she has, instead of the crop top, she has the slit here that reveals her legs. I like this a lot better for Saris's design. This king is solid too, though. This one has an annoying voice pack, so we'll go with Bizking. Chase Victor, Schwarzspuckler, Barrack. This is a classic. I hate this skin. Invader's another classic that also gives you a unique weapon reload. Not even a competition. Merrymaker, easy. Again, it's just Fernando and Trunks, and I get it. It's a beach skin. What more can you really do? The weapon's really cool on Fernando, but yeah, Merrymaker's a very fun skin. I remember when that one first came out, everyone was playing with it. GG McGree Sky versus Omega Koga. I like this skin. Firing Squad, Khan, Stones. I feel this is Khan's only forgettable skin. I genuinely forgot about this one. It's not bad. Executioner Khan, I guess. Feels like a scrap design for 7, maybe. Stellar Source with Samani, though, is probably one of her best skins. I really regret not getting that Battle Pass. I know I don't change my skins often, especially on Amani, because, you know, channel icon, ball bitch Amani, but I like this skin. It has fun effects. And you could recolor it in yellow. I don't even think I could get that color anymore. Archangel, Tyra, Soulweaver, Leon. This one has a funny death sound where she's like, ugh. This one, not Bayonetta, Leon. Bayonetta's hot, so we could get away with it. Oh, I like this skin, but you can't diss my man Engineer from TF2. That's Barrack's best skin, easy. This skin helped me bridge the gap from playing TF2 and Overwatch to move to Paladins, because it felt right at home. Voice pack is the Engineer from TF2 with plenty of references. My only nitpick with that skin is the gun is unique to Paladins. Engie doesn't have a gun like that. I wonder if this is tinfoil hat. But in the past, TF2 had crossovers. And in TF2, there would be a unique weapon or recolor added, which would have been pulled from the other game. I'm wondering if the blunderbuss that the TF2 barrack skin uses, I wonder if that was going to make its way into TF2. Because when did that skin come out? 2016? That was after Meet Your Match? It's possible. It could have been scrapped. That's the tinfoil hat. Michael of the day. Beachside, Octavia, Firebrand type. This skin's annoying as hell. So Beachside. Yang versus Yang. Mermaid. This skin was revolutionary when it came out because they properly animated the tail. That was such a big deal. Divine Daughter's okay. Nightbane, Huntsman. I like this one. Solid voice pack. This, it's okay. It's kind of basic. Ooh, Abyss Cultist Vatu versus Strix Mercenary. I like Abyss Cultist Vatu. That's a very cool skin. Only thing that sucks is it doesn't change your voice pack. You're stuck with default Vatu, which it's not the biggest downside. It's just a little odd. Admiration Ray versus Tombkeeper. Tombkeeper, solid skin, solid voice work. I also feel like I like the Ray skin, don't get me wrong. It's very cool that you get to play as Leon as Ray. 2 nitpicks with this skin. I feel like the texturing just looks a little flat compared to, like, especially compared to the skin of this era. Something about it just feels flat to me. And my biggest nitpick is they got Leon to do the voice work. But Leon's just copying all of Ray's lines. They didn't give her a single unique line. When I first saw that skin, I thought it was going to make... You're essentially playing Leon just with Ray's kit, so I was expecting her to be bossy, you know, like, if you see my banner, it's Ron. Instead, she's saying all of Ray's default lines in a much cheerier voice, where it's more like Ray cosplaying Leon and mimicking her voice. I kind of hoped it would have been the other way around, where mimicking her voice and her actions, like, you best be healed now, or else flee from this battle. Something silly like that, but silly is what we got. I don't think it's what we needed. Pirate's Treasure Maeve versus Merrymaker. I love Pirate's Treasure. I don't wear this skin often. And fun fact, this skin gives away your position when you ult because the music is so loud. They never fixed that. Ooh, 2 underwhelming rock skins. We'll go with Brimstone. Also, I gotta point this out because someone pointed this out on Reddit. That this looks like... You know. And now I can't unsee it. Thanks a lot, random Redditor. Go with Brimstone. Ooh, Tuffy. Digitize is a really good Bomb King skin. But Cuddly Yagoroth, that is... I wish we got a plush of this. That is... insane. You have both the puppets of Vora and Io, and the Makoa severed heads. Just disturbingly creepy. And this one, I'm gonna go back to that Ray skin. This Genos skin, I feel, should have been a really big deal. Because it was Genos pre-transformation, it was technically his first skin without the mask. I don't know why he has like a Lord Farquaad face, but... it looks flat to me. Especially the skin. Like, look at this compared to this. Also, Murnos is such a cool skin. You reload from the Blowfish. Love Machine Bomb King, Crimson... God. This skin's creepy. Going with Crimson Crow. Steel Forge versus Steel Forge. Going with my man Term. Pyrelord Magnus versus Pandemonium 7. I'm not a fan of demon skins like this. You know, we don't do no demon worshipping in this household, but it is really solid. It's very detailed. I just like this one a little better. Permafrost Nyx versus Street Style Yang. This skin's weird. I wish Nyx got something more unique for her only alt skin. It's just, it feels like Nyx Plus. Kind of, maybe they wanted to do the muscly arms with default Nyx, but they thought that'd be weird. It is weird, so... Street Style. Full Dive versus Imani. I think this is the only Imani skin I bought for the gauntlets, and I barely use him. But very solid skin. I love the effects. Lady Liberty. Easy. And it's such a good fit for Inara. I'm surprised we didn't get this skin sooner. You know what really irks me is we have 4 American-themed skins in this game. There's American, there's Lady Liberty, Inara, there's Freegal Drogos, and there's the recolor of the Octavia Beach skin. We never got a 5th one for a support, so you could do a full team of American patriotism, but that's alright. I think Corvus would have been a good pick. That would have been so funny. Exarch versus Triggerman. This is a classic skin. Going with this. Okay, Shadow Lord Maldamba versus Sarah Stellar Mender. See, I feel this skin does revealing a bit better, because your attention is brought here to the cool universe under her cape. But Shadow Lord's a classic. Stellar Protector versus Class President. Your waifu is trash. Steel Forged versus Honey King. This skin's weird. Bomb King has some weird ones. Steel Forged. Seal Guardian versus Daisy Dukes. This is just like default Tyra. It's a boring ass skin. This is a cool skin. This was a big deal when this one came out. I think that was the first time I bought a season pass because of that skin. I gotta go with Crash King. It's an actual lore skin. Lexosuit's fine. Kind of bland in my opinion. The biggest one for me, and I think it's intentional, whenever you kill Bomb King with the Crash King skins, the ragdoll just flips the hell out. It is so funny. Red Raijin Moji versus Steel Forged. This is one of the last skins we got in the game. And they did Moji a solid. This came with her rework. Very cool skin, very fitting. Covert Optic Flex or Omega. So I gotta drop a fun fact. When Paladins Strike on mobile was a thing, I grinded that game to get Covert Ops. Just for the weapons. Because I really love the Magnums on that skin. So we're going with Covert Ops. Grover, Grobot, or Neon Demon. This is a weird skin. Not the biggest fan of Neon Demon either, though. Clockwork, Torvald, or Gunslinger. Ooh. You cheeky old bugger. I gotta do this one for Sarah. Clockwork. Part of the Realm Oni. I don't like either of these skins. I don't know. I know why, but I'm not gonna say it. This skin kind of skeeves me out. This one has a really annoying voice pack, though. We'll go with Oni. I also little nitpick with that Caspian skin. I hate that they barely changed his weapons. I hate Caspian's weapons. I was hoping for something a little more realistic. Mayhem Vatu or Galactic Conqueror Vora? Gonna go with Mayhem. I know this is a popular skin. I'm just not a fan. Pirate's Treasure Ruckus, Dark Monarch Leon. This is his best skin. Easy. Doombringer, Ceres, or Deathspeaker Yang. Gonna go with Deathspeaker. Pirate's Treasure Io or Infernal Stairs. This is... How should I word this safe for YouTube? This is the horniest skin in all of Paladins. I don't know how they got it in the game. And also, fun fact, the VA who does this skin voices default Moji. So you have the same VA going from, why are they shooting at me? To, that's my fetish. How the hell did they get that in this game? That being said, the weapon's cool. I just, no. Lifeguard or Cottontail? I love Cottontail. I know many people hate this skin. It's fun. Divine Matriarch, Nyx, or Bewitching Eevee. I really love this Nyx skin. It's the only one I like. I don't really care for a default design, so we're going with that. Troublemaker Eevee is one of my favorites in this game. I love all the references. Some of my favorite music is punk, rock. I love the weapon. It hits different when you know what the references are. Crypt Guardian Rom. I mean, Rom's got solid skins. This skin is weird because the visual... Ruckus fires a hit scan attack, but when you pick this, it fires out a projectile visual that is really distracting. And it doesn't follow your aim properly, so we're going with this. Trick or Treat. This is probably the most annoying voice in this game. We gotta do that as a coordinated strats. The most annoying voices comp. This one's definitely going in there. Trick or Treat Talus is cute. Soul Eater Genos versus Eternal Guardian Khan. Again, I don't really care for the demon worshipping skins. This one is solid too. I gotta give it to this one though. This is a classic skin. Salt or Bare Bones? This one's weird. The face is so weird. The weapon's really solid. The face is weird. The voice is kind of... eh. Bare Bones is pretty cool. I like that one. I think that was our first Bounty Store skin that was technically a recolor. Epic quality, we'll say that. Has the default voice, though. Safecracker versus Crocfather. Safecracker is really cool. I like that one. Hustler. That Western, the Wild West Battle Pass was very solid. This one has a weird face. Suforge Imani versus Boss Fight. I don't particularly care for this Imani skin. I'm gonna say it. Boss Fight. Onboard Lex versus Buck Wild. Ooh. I'm gonna give it to Buck Wild for the voice pack. Omega versus Xenobuster. I don't care for the Omega skin, so we'll go with Xenobuster. Harlequin Rom. Yasmin Lex. Ooh. This one's an interesting concept. I just don't care for this skin, but this one's kind of boring, so go with that. Merrymaker versus Full Moon. Merrymaker easy. That's Dredge's best. Jade Priestess versus Akaoni. Nipple piercing skeeve me out, so we're going with this one. Go with... This is just... Androxus is a dude, so we're going with Eternal Fervor. Ooh. I feel like this is one of Bomb King's bests, but I love Beach Bunny. That's my favorite race skin. Pepper versus Red Winter. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not Team Pepper. Remix Sarah's easy. Take the skin pulled from Smite that has a knife pointing at you, so when you get the recoil from the gun, you stab yourself in the nose, yeah. Wukong Talus versus Ronan Ash. Gonna go with Ronan Ash. Ooh, Soul Steel of Furia versus Street Style Maeve. These are both solid, but I'm going with Street Style. Steam Demon versus Abominable. I like Abominable better. I cannot speak today, y'all. Grave Danger Androxus versus Iron Madame. I'm gonna go with Grave Danger. Remix, I like this one better. Bounty Hunter Lex is cool too, though. Stellar Sentinel or Shrine Guardian. This is Furia's last unique skin, one of the last unique skins we got in Paladins, and I think they did it solid. That was a very cool battle pass. Madame Saris, I like that better. Zin doesn't have any good skins, in my opinion. God of War versus Jurassic. This was such a disappointing season pass reward, but we'll go with this. And then, finally... Is this pronounced Jotun or Jotun? I think it's Jotun. Okay, now we are into round 2. This is taking long, dang. So, I'll go quick with these. We'll go Pyro Warrior. Won't even think about it. Street Style. Digitize. Street Style again. Soulbriar. Legionnaire. Cuddly. Abyssal Lord. Bizarre. Ripjaw. Sweet Shop Eevee. Berserker. Rom. Gonna go with Willow. I like Fallen better than Dreadhunter. Krampus. Retro Vivian. I don't particularly care for this Caspian skin, but we'll choose that. Mad Scientist. Heartless Pharaoh. Both Rave. Gentleman Genos. Both Ultimatum. Nightmare. Americon. Ice Walker. I'm gonna go with Love Struck on this one. Cuddly again. Cuddly skins are probably gonna be up top. We'll go with Corrupted on this. Avatar. Prototype. Invader. Merrymaker. Gonna go with Stellar Sorceress. TF2. Mermaid Yang. Huntsman Androxus. Pirate's Treasure Knave. Cuddly Yagarath. Myrno CC. Terminus Steel Forged. I like Imani better than that. Lady Liberty Easy. Shadow Lord Damba. Seal Guardian Vora. I'm gonna go with this one for the funny ragdolls. Colored Ops. Clockwork. Pirate's Treasure. Pirate's Treasure again. Pirate's Treasure was a really good pass. Ooh. I know it's a basic skin, but I prefer Divine Matriarch. Troublemaker, one of my favorites. Soul Eater. Bare Bones. Hustler Strix is cool. Goes Buck Wild. Merrymaker. Jade Priestess. Beach Bunny. Rona Nash. Street Style Mave. Remix Strix. Shrine Guardian Furia. Disappointment. Okay, now we're getting into like the semifinals. Street Style Sky. Street Style Ash. Soulbrier's better. Cuddly's better. Ripjaw's better. I like the theme of Sweet Shop Eevee better. Berserker gets left behind. Ooh. I like the Willow skin just a bit better. Fallen over here. It's not really a competition. Same with this. Brave Mave. Gonna go with Nightmare over Ultimatum. Americon easy. Cuddly takes this one. Gonna go with Corrupted. Prototype. I'll go with Star Sorceress. Eric easy. Pirate's Treasure easy. Cuddly easy. I'll go with this one since I actually have it. Lady Liberty easy. I have a feeling it's going to be one of the American skins at the end. Seal Guardian. Clockwork. Ooh, Pirate's Treasure Io versus Ruckus. Ruckus does it better. Eevee. I like that skin, but not more than the Eevee one. Go with Soul Eater. Hustler. Merrymaker. Beach Bunny. Street Style. Okay, then Street Style Sky versus Street Style Ash. I play Sky more, so as a result I wear this skin more. I like the voice pack better on this skin, but I like how Ash is dressed better. This outfit costs more than you. I like Ash's style better, so we're gonna go with that. Ooh, Cuddly easy. Gonna give this one to Ripjaw. Willow. Heartless Pharaoh versus Retro Vivian. I'm gonna give it to Heartless Pharaoh. Rave versus Nightmare. Rave. Ooh, now we got a toughie. Cuddly Moji versus Americon. I gotta give it to Americon. Corrupted versus Prototype. I like Prototype. Sorry, Amani. Angie takes that. Sorry, Maeve. Cuddly takes that. Inara takes that. Sorry, Amani, you are out. Sorry, Torvald. You know, I'm taking Troublemaker. Give it to Soul Eater. Sorry, Ray. Sorry, Furia. Okay, now we're into the, like, semi-final round. So, Street Style Ash versus Cuddly Makoa. You know, I'm gonna give it... I have the recolor for Cuddly Makoa. I have the Year of the Dog one, which I like a smidge more. So because of that, I'll go with Street Style. Ripjaw versus Willow. I think this is such a unique skin. I don't even play Buck, and I like that skin a lot. Heartless Pharaoh's taking it over Rave. Americon's taking it over Prototype. Sorry, TF2. Cuddly Yagoroth takes that one. Sorry, Vora. Sorry, Soul Eater. Sorry, Street Style Maeve. Alright, Street Style Ash versus Ripjaw Buck. Quarterfinals. I'm gonna give it to Ripjaw. Heartless Pharaoh versus Americon. Sorry, Heartless Pharaoh, you're solid, but Americon takes it. Cuddly versus Lady Liberty. I'm gonna give this one to Yagoroth. And I think now we ditch Eevee. We're going for Merrymaker Dredge. Okay, semifinals. Americon versus Ripjaw. We're going with Americon. And then we're going with Cuddly. Okay, final choice. Americon versus Cuddly Yagoroth. I love both skins. I think they are some of the best Paladins has to offer. But I have so many memories with Americon. This was Khan's first skin, I think. Or was it his second skin? It was one of his first skins, and I still distinctly remember that 4th of July video. It was so stupid, but we had so much fun messing around with this silly skin. I'm going with Americon. Americon is our winner. That is my favorite skin in Paladins, although we all know my real favorite. It is Bald Bitch Imani, who is not present here. That's alright. There we go. Thank you guys for tuning into this silly little skins video. Hope you enjoyed, and peace.